Welcome back, guys. Puckett and Benson here at the New York City office. We're doing our live casting from the studio today, and we're following 16 big-name teams, the big ones. We had OpTic Gaming. It was supposed to be Illmatic. They ended up losing earlier. Most Wanted versus Stunner currently going on, and we are also watching OpTic Nation, take on EnVy right here on our current matchup. But what are some of the other matches of the day to look out for?
So we looked at FaZe earlier on. They kind of struggled. Actually went to a game number 3.
Game 3?
Yeah, not the start you want to see. Of course, that was around 32. Wasn't even in 16. Now they're in the round 16
And they're playing Echo here.
Yeah,
So
Echo.
Saint and Gucci, we know these guys, playing with Aqua and Trev as the fourth.
They're actually in that game right now, Detroit Hop. We can dive over and take a look at this game.
And they're laying the stomp down right now. After 4 minutes, you got 134 to 66, doubling up your opponent's score. If they lose this game, you have to think there's going to be a bit of a freak out. 70-point lead, you can't choke that.
I mean, we saw the Most Wanted boys. They choked 70-point lead on this exact map earlier on, so...
In fact, is Most Wanted out? We saw Spacely just chilling at his desk.
I don't know. I know they lost the first map. Didn't see the second and third map.
Well, we saw the second map was Uplink, right?
No.
That they were playing?
Oh, yeah, of course it was the best of...
Because they didn't play the S&D.
No, they did play an S&D.
Did they?
Yeah, they played S&D on...
Recovery?
Recovery, yeah.
Okay.
Because I looked over and I was like, oh, okay, they're playing S&D.
Okay.
So, they may have actually just got 3-0'd.
Chat, let us know if you got the update.
If you have the intel, chat, let us... I mean, that was a game against Stunner, so...
We have our producer, Ron, chasing that down as well. We're currently waiting for game number 4. It's going to be an uplink going over to Biolab once again. We just played CTF on this map between OpTic Nation and EnVy, and it looks like we're going to start up game 4 in any moment. Also, we'll keep you updated on what's going on with OpTic Gaming at the top of the bracket, and Aware versus Rise Nation could happen in the round of 16. Sender leaving Aware, joining Rise Nation for the day. Aware picking up TJ Halley in Sender's absence. So that's going to be a big matchup. Did Sender make the right move? We're going to get our first taste of that matchup today.
Again, we spoke about this right at the start of the day, Puckett, and I just don't understand why he thinks that's a good move as it is right now. He must have some intel we don't have. That's the only way I can really
In other words, we don't approve of your decisions.
No, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, I really don't think it's a good decision unless he knows something which we don't know. Which I'm going to assume he does, clearly.
Nameless getting hit with the double EMP and just brute forces his way in. Looking for a third kill already. Uplink. First grab of the satellite goes to EnVy. Will they be the first on the board as well? We'll get back to the Sender Rise Nation story a little bit later. We'll take a peek and see how strong Aware is in their first tournament without him.
Meanwhile, JCap, full team envious. Bit of a slow start. 0-2 had a great CTF bucket, but the first 2 maps for JCap were not the best. Let's just put it that way.
Karma again, the objective carrier here. You see Swanee trying to pave the way for him. Karma doesn't get very far, and Nameless is going to grab that. But they were definitely setting up for something. You see Proofy on top of the base. That means everyone out of position to stop the toss, and it is going to go in. Great throw from Nameless.
Yeah, that's really top-notch throwing. Managed to just get a little bit lucky there. The EMP didn't hit him before his double jump.
Right.
Managed to get that 1-point throw, and I feel, you know, when you're on Atlas side first on Biolab uplink, you know, trying to get those 1-point throws is so crucial just because of, you know, where the Sentinel squad is going to be spawning. They're either going to spawn underneath their portal or over towards that green side. Oh, sorry, the blue side. So, yeah, you have to be very, very aggressive with your 1-point plays.
OpTic Nation with a big scoring opportunity. Nameless should be throwing this one out. In fact, he's going to hold it. They're going to try and brute force this one through. So it all comes down to the plays in front of him. You can see the blue arrows trying to push in on Nameless and the red EnVy lineup. And Nameless now has a very tough decision to make. Do you make the push? And he's going to go for it. Goes for the jump toss right away, and that ball's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he made the right decision to just slow that one down and wait, not throw it out. But that throw, I'm not sure what that was, but that could actually ultimately end up costing his team a little bit.
Look at this. Teep is going to toss it. Nope, didn't get it off. And Clayster gets both of them looking for a third kill. Strong defense here from EnVy. Nameless now. Does he go for the two-pointer? Nope, that's his second shot, and that one is not going to go through. It's picked up. Two-pointer. Can he get the putback? He does.
Nice play from Nameless.
Sloppy, but efficient.
Yeah, sloppy, but, you know, good rebound skills.
Yeah.
Right there coming out from Nameless.
I like how he stuck with it, Ben.
He did.
He showed a lot of perseverance.
Good stuff from EnVy. 3-0 lead now here on Biolab uplink.
I'm not going to lie. I'm cheering for EnVy right now. I would like to see a Game 5. Their last search and destroy, you know, we were talking about OpTic Nation historically a little bit weak in the game mode. They ended up taking it, to my surprise, 6-4. So if it went to a second S&D, I think it's anyone's series.
Look at Nameless with the drone again.
And that one went through. Yep.
Nameless.
The cover has been phenomenal from Clayster. I keep going back to him because he's 13-6 right now. Let's take a peek at JCap. JCap unable to get it going. This is a bit of a shocker as he was pretty strong in that last game. The only one to go even. Everyone else negative.
Those kills Clay's getting, as you said, so crucial for EnVy's success. And Nation now need to at least get 1 point on the board. You don't want to be going into the half of that.
And I think this is the push to do it. They just cleared out 2 defenders. TP's got 1 behind him. Won't be able to get the toss off. That should have been a 1-point conversion. Instead, Nameless back on the charge straight for a goal.
Great decision again.
He's got JCap leading the way. He's going to go for the 1-pointer.
Double
jump
his
toss
decision making. His decision making of when to throw the ball out of bounds and when to run it is T1. Because all he's doing is waiting for his teammates to let him know where OpTic Nation is spawning.
Yeah.
If they're spawning out towards this purple side, then yeah, green's going to be completely free. You're going to need to win 1, maybe 2 gunfights at most. And even when his teammates aren't winning those gunfights, he still has the knowledge of when to go for that 1 point.
Karma walks in front of someone, doesn't get shot, turns back in and picks up the kill. The man has ridiculous reaction time, and now you see he's just going to clear out everything here on Snow, force him to spawn green, hopefully, and then they'll try and bring this ball in, but he falls, and that's going to make it so difficult now for TP to get through with this.
In all honesty, TP should just throw this one out of bounds or play for yards. I think, yeah, he's going to play for yards. He recognized there was no one at all that can help him, and just tries to put some pressure now on the EnVy base, and he may actually pick this one up. And if
through the window?
Smart hit, just go for a juke hit, potentially. Go for a 1-point play, slides. Not able to get that one out. 30 seconds left, though. Still pressure in the EnVy base. Proofy needs to win this gunfight. He falls. Nameless now. And again, look at this intelligent play from him. Where OpTic Nation spawning? Not green. They're spawning over towards that purple side, so they have to go ahead and rotate. So if Nameless just goes for a
double jump.
Play, oh, he shouldn't have thrown that one EMP. That was... I think he got a little bit nervous there and panicked.
And Swanee now could make them pay. He's got 6 seconds to get there for the 2-pointer. Otherwise, he's going to have to toss it. Can he boost in?
Oh, he's missed.
Double jump. He got it in. Got it in at the buzzer. 2-5. OpTic Nation trailing at the half. We're going to switch sides and go at it for another 5 minutes, but EnVy has to be very proud of their 1-point plays. They had 5 of them in that game.
All Nameless.
Actually, they got 3, and then Nameless got his own rebound for the 2-pointer.
Everything Nameless. And his teammates giving him some phenomenal cover. Even with Cap going double neg, doesn't really matter. Because of just those decision-making.
Yeah.
That's what's been good. And EnVy were renowned when the game first came out as being one of the best uplink teams. Then the patch came out, of course, nerfed passing, and kind of gave a little bit of added weight to that satellite drone, and they kind of slowed down a little bit in terms of their talent, but it seems like now they could be back on track.
If I'm OpTic Nation, I'm telling Proof to go back to his bow. He's 13-11 with the ASM-1, but he's not able to get those long-range kills that he's known for, and he wasn't able to really set up in that first half. And it looks like we're stuck for a moment. Now going over to Swanee off the respawn is not moving. Swanee switching up his class here. What's he going to?
Going to a bow. I don't really know what he changed there. It may have just been perks. But we didn't see.
Clay trying to give himself some added health. Bounces it off the wall. Now going for the 1-point play. And that is going to be a 6-2 game after that score.
And just to emphasize what you said about the added health for anyone that doesn't know, as the satellite drone carrier, you are given, of course, increased armor. Now, when that armor goes, you know, you essentially become, you know, a couple of shots, right? But you can throw the drone on the floor and pick it back up, and your armor goes straight back to how it originally was.
Nameless setting up to do damage. Merc is going to have this ball, and here we go. I don't know what you're saying, Ben. You can just...
The name card. There you go.
If you
had me confused.
If you write English, I can read it.
You can. That says name, dude.
No, that is Acme.
That's his name.
Read that back. I'm taking a photo of that, put it on Twitter. You guys tell me what that says.
How do you not read that?
That says Acme.
How does that? There's an N.
That's an A.
That's an N. N-A-M-E. Anyway, Call of Duty. 8-2 right now in favor of EnVyUs, and their control and dominance in this game just kind of continues. as Merc managed to get himself a 2-point play.
OpTic Nation,
one, too.
down 6.
This is not looking good for them.
Big plays from Karma, though, getting behind enemy lines, doing as much damage as he can. Had the 2-pointer set up, or the 2-piece, rather, off the respawn. Wasn't able to pick up either kill. Switching over to JCap and this EnVy squad. He's been pretty slow. The last man in position to stop this satellite, and he's going to get it and toss it off. In fact, he's going to jump off with it.
Yeah, he recognized there's going to be more players pushing him, and if he loses that gunfight there, he's basically giving up a 2-point play. But you'll notice Swanee actually wrapped around completely. He picked up that satellite drone in the respawn point and ran all the way through purple biolab and basically back towards green. Just trying to cut that map essentially in half ahead back towards his own base. It's risky from Nation because, of course, if they do lose that gunfight and, you know, no one else is there, Jacob could have just picked that up and gone for 2. But that really becoming the uplink strategy here on Biolab.
Everyone who is protecting that satellite falling. Now it's Merc with the Bal trying to chase it down. Big shots from Karma, cleans him off the roof. Now you're going to see Proofy rotating in. There are going to be teammates in front of him clearing this out. This is a 2-point play if the kills can come through from Karma, and they will. Big score.
Oh, no.
It's now 4-8 despite the death there from Proofy. All up to TP, though. One man surrounded by 4 players all going for the satellite.
That was, again, go back to that 2-point play. Really good decision-making coming in from Proofy there. TP was top green the whole time, just picking up those kills. We saw him light up that kill feed, and when you have a teammate there, there's really no point not to go for a 2-point play. But speaking of 2-point plays, Karma needs to stop this one.
He got him with the EMP.
Oh, they do! They managed to get it. He was just weak enough. Proofy gets the kill. Basically, all you need to do is pick up that drone and jump off the map now. You do not want to leave it underneath your portal. That's exactly what TP does. He is not comfortable having that drone in his base.
Wow, 98 seconds left for OpTic Nation. Otherwise, they are going to be taken to a Game 5 after starting off 2-0 in this best of 5. We got Proofy rotating towards the satellite players all around him. He's not going to get much done. TP's got to get the cutoff skills. You know EnVy's going to be grabbing the satellite and moving forward.
Yeah, to be honest, they could just keep the drone in hand. Play the drone every now and then, you know, just throw it off map, waste a couple of seconds. That's exactly what he's done. 12 seconds wasted now, and that 12 seconds crucial for OpTic Nation to try and get 2-point plays. Swanee, drone in hand, kind of in no man's land here though, and this is dangerous from him because look how close to his own uplink he is. Nameless is there, but Swanee gives him the old beat down.
Swats him.
And the problem is, EnVy, I think they're going to get a green. No, they don't. They get purple spawn, actually, so he could have been okay there. Loses control of the drone, though, and JCap should just go for 1.
Yeah, 1-point play here is going to really put this out of reach.
Why is he going for 2?
Keep it out of their hands, I guess, as long as possible, and go for the...
Should have just gone for the 1-point play straight out Biolab window. Yeah. Going for 2.
Would have made it a three possession game, but as it stands, it's going to be a 2-possession game. Karma needing to stay alive here. Won't get the kill. JCap, last man up for EnVy. Now with an opportunity.
Swanee needs to.
And he's just going to bring it back. Can't Swanee? No. JCap, the player to stop him, going to drop that off the map. EnVy is going to take game number 4. We're going to a game 5 already. This is just round number 4 of the tournament. Our top 16 teams facing off for a spot in the quarterfinals.
Good decision picking this map, Bucket. Game 5. Maybe a good one. S&D. Don't know the map, though. Thinking could be Detroit.
They already played Recovery.
They haven't played Detroit yet.
Haven't played Detroit. They've played 2 Biolabs.
Yeah, I can't see it being Pilot. It could be Terrace or Detroit. If I had to guess, I would imagine it'd be Detroit.
I'm going Terrace. We'll see who's right.
We'll see.
Don't go anywhere, guys. The best of 5 continues after this.